Hello students, welcome you back in the third part of the chapter Federalism. Just have a recap of the first and second part and then we will proceed for the third part. So in the first part we have discussed about the meaning of the federalism. Later on we have discussed about the unity and federal form of government. Later on we have discussed in detail about the features of federalism. And after that we have discussed at last the coming together and holding together forms of federalism, in which we have decided that when it has been clear that India comes under the holding together federation. And after that, second part of the chapter was how India, what makes the India a federal country. There are certain provisions given in the constitutions, and is it clear? And they are separately it has been separately provided by the constitution. They are called as list. Three lists are there: union list, state list, and concurrent list. In this list, different subjects has been mentioned, and or laws has been on, and who will make the law, that has been also clearly mentioned. Okay, clear? Then after that we have discussed about the residuary subject. Residuary subject means that one the subject which does not come under the which list does not come, they do not come under the any of the three list. It means that if you will make a Venn diagram, just see that one. Suppose this is this one is the this one. Okay, clear? So in this case, these are the union list. Okay, clear? Here the subject which comes under the union list will come over there. Okay, clear? Then here it is of state government's list. Your state government list with the state list provisions, and these part, because it is overlapping, it means what? They are called as concurrent list. And who will make the law? The law will be made by the central government and the state government. Okay, clear? Then in that case, here who will make a law? Central government will make a law. So the subject which are not come under all these three lists, they are called as residuary subject. उसको रेसिड्यूरी सब्जेक्ट बोलेंगे. ठीक है, क्लियर? आ गया आप और समझ में? कल के इसमें नहीं समझ में आया तो अभी देख लो. रेसिड्यूरी सब्जेक्ट बोलेंगे और इसके ऊपर जो लॉ है वो कौन बनाएगा? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट बनाएगा. यहाँ पर जो लॉ है स्टेट लिस्ट है ये, और स्टेट लिस्ट के ऊपर जो है लॉ कौन बनाता है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट बनाएगा. ओके, क्लियर? ये दीज आर द स्टेट लिस्ट. ओके, आया समझ में? और ये कॉन्करेंट है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कॉन्करेंट बिकॉज इट इज ओवरलैपिंग पार्ट ऑन विच बोथ द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, है ना, these are called as concurrent list, and both the central government and state government, both of them makes the laws on that body. But if there is any conflict, then in that case, which laws favors? This one. So these are called as concurrent list. Now everything is clear about all the three types of subjects and the list. Okay, now proceed to the next part. Then I have told you, given you some homework to find out such part. Who will make the, just try to find out the answers of such questions. What are the answer of such questions? Who will make the laws on the union territories? Union territory does not have their own separate government, so naturally the law will be made by the central government. Okay, clear? The law will be made by central government. Okay, the law will be made by which government? Central government. Is it easy to make the changes of the provision of the constitution? No, it is not easy to make the provision by the process. Last year we have discussed about that one, and it has been mentioned on the page number 17 of your chapter book. Okay, clear? In the second column, second paragraph, the answer has been clearly mentioned. Just find it out from the what is the procedure to bring the changes or the amendment in the constitution. It is not easy to make the changes in this power sharing arrangement. The parliament cannot on its own changes this arrangement. Any change to it has to be first passed in the both houses of parliament with at least 2/3 of the majority, and then it has been ratified by the legislature of at the 1/2 of the total states. Okay, clear? It means that क्या लोकसभा में पहले किसकी 2/3 मेजोरिटी से पास होना चाहिए, फिर राज्यसभा के जो है में जितने भी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट रहती है उनका 1/2 ऑफ द स्टेट्स हैज टू बी, उनको भी इसको क्या करना पड़ेगा? पास करना पड़ेगा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को. इसको पास करना पड़ेगा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को, सेपरेटली पास करना पड़ेगा. और लोकसभा और राज्यसभा में ये जो है वो क्या होना चाहिए, 2/3 स्टेट से क्या होना चाहिए, पास होना चाहिए, तभी इसमें क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग, अमेंडमेंट कर सकते हैं. You can go through that part. Whatever I read, it is on the page number 17 of your book. Okay, clear? Now, let us proceed to the next part. That is, how is federalism practiced in our country, or what are the challenges faced by Indian politics to practice the federalism? Only making the law is not a sufficient one. Okay, clear? It is not easy for them to practice that. So we have faced certain problems as we were under the colonial rule for the long period of time. These things we have discussed in class 8 in detail. Which type of problem we have faced. When the India got independence in 1947, it was divided into various small princely states and ruled by their own rulers. In the constitutional design chapter, we have discussed about that one, that at that time the formation of the constitution was a very easy, very difficult part for them, because one more challenge was there, how to form the state, how to bring the states together so that easy to control them, because our country was divided into small princely states. So our the then home minister सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल, yes, स्टेच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी है ना, जिसके नाम से बना है, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल हैज प्लेड एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल टू ब्रिंग द स्टेट्स टुगेदर. And this was based on the, उन्होंने सबसे पहले क्या दिया, first step, he has taken the 2 steps. So what were these 2 steps? Just see that one. कि first he has given the preference, first preference has been given to the formation of the state on the basis of the language or linguistic states. So that what was the purpose? The purpose was to ensure the people speaking same language must live in the same states, so that it will be easy for the people to control them. Okay, clear? आया समझ में? So same culture, same language को follow करने वाले लोग क्या करेंगे, एक जगह पे रहेंगे, तो easy रहता है उनको कंट्रोल करना. जैसे for example, गुजराती speaking people will live in गुजरात, मराठी people will live in महाराष्ट्र, southern states में अपन देखते हैं तमिल में तमिलनाडु में तमिल स्पोकन पीपल रहते हैं, फिर उसके बाद केरला में मलयालम स्पीकिंग पीपल्स रहते हैं. ऐसे many states they are founded, many of the states are formed on the basis of the language. Is it clear? So what was the purpose? The purpose was to ensure the people speaking the same language must live in the same state. So next one, अब क्या हो गया, जहां पर ये चीज नहीं पॉसिबल होती थी, स्पेसिफिकली हिंदी स्पोकन स्टेट्स जो थे वहां पर कोई पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज नहीं थी, तो वहां पर थोड़ा सा अलग अलग प्रॉब्लम ली जा रहा था. तो बाकी के जो बचे हुए थे, these some states were formed on the basis of culture, ethnic and geographical differences. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो है उत्तराखंड को जो डिवाइड किया था वो किससे किया था, इसकी वजह से क्या था, हम लोगों ने उत्तराखंड उत्तर प्रदेश से जो डिवाइड हुआ था, दैट वाज बेस्ड ऑन द ज्योग्राफिकल डिफरेंस. ये बहुत ही ज्यादा हिली एरिया में है, तो इसका इतना ज्यादा डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो रहा था. सो दे डिमांडेड फॉर द सेपरेट. झारखंड हैज बीन सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम बिहार ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द सेम बैकग्राउंड, एंड नागालैंड वाज आल्सो डिस्कस्ड अबाउट दैट वन, and it is also comes into the hilly area. Okay, clear? So these states were formed on the basis of the cultural, ethnic or the geographical differences. एथनिक में रिलीजन भी आ सकता है, लैंग्वेज भी आ सकता है. एथनिक का मीनिंग हम लोगों ने फर्स्ट चैप्टर में बहुत डिटेल में देखा था, है ना. तो अब क्या हुआ, इस तरह से जब ये स्टेप लिए गए तो बहुत सारे लोग थे जो कि इजीली किसी भी चीज को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए तैयार नहीं होते, तो वो क्या होते हैं, अपोजिशन करते हैं ना. आया समझ कि ऐसा करने से ऐसा होगा, ये होगा, प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, ये हो जाएगा. तो मेनी ऑफ द पीपल had opposed that policy of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to form the states on the basis of language, culture, ethnic or geographical differences. This one that has been opposed by many of the people. But later on, after particular time period, it has been observed that when this formation on the basis of language or culture or geographical differences or ethnic differences, it made the country India more united one. Okay, clear? This made the country more united, and India became more united one. This made the country more united and administration of the country become more easy. ठीक है, clear? So that's why that was the problem was there, and then it has been solved by this way. This was the first problem we have discussed. Now let us discuss about the second part. Second part is language policy. You have seen that when India is a diverse country in the form of language, whether it may be in the form of language, whether it may be in the form of which one, it may be a form of the cultural differences, languages. We can see that one in the step by step थोड़ा सा difference हो जाता है, हमारी languages change हो जाती है. तो अब कौन सी लैंग्वेज को अपनी मतलब ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज बनाए, क्या करें, क्योंकि सबके ही कुछ चीजों को ध्यान में रखना था, क्योंकि हमारा जो कंट्री था वो एक फेडरल गवर्नमेंट था, तो इसलिए किसी स्पेसिफिक चीज को हम लोग क्या कर सकते थे, प्रेफरेंस नहीं दे सकते थे. सो हमने कोई सी भी लैंग्वेज को एज अ नेशनल लैंग्वेज नहीं डिक्लेयर किया. देयर विल बी नो नेशनल लैंग्वेज फॉर द कंट्री, ओनली हिंदी विल बी यूज्ड एज अ official language. Okay, clear? And later on, slowly, other than Hindi, 21 other languages are also recognized as a scheduled language by the constitution. It means was scheduled language means they will, if those who are not knowing the Hindi, they can have the conversation, matlab official transaction, give the exams in these scheduled languages. Okay, clear? They can appear in the competitive exam in the scheduled languages also. No problem. Okay, clear? Up to 1965, English was also considered as a official language, but later on, in 1965, the use of English for the official purpose was stopped. है ना? लेकिन क्या हुआ, अब यूज ऑफ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज का पड़ा, तो क्या हो गया, सदर्न स्टेट्स ने सबसे पहले प्रॉब्लम उठाई. क्या प्रॉब्लम उठाई? दे हैव स्पीकन. ध्यान से देखिएगा, फिर से इस वाले चैप्टर टॉपिक को देखते हैं कि what problem they have created. In 1965, the use of English as an official language was stopped. Okay, so but many of non-Hindi speaking states demanded that English to be continued. Okay, clear? States, English is, that is states है, नॉन स्पीकिंग स्टेट्स डिमांडेड इंग्लिश टू बी कंटिन्यू. सो दैट क्या हो गया, because why, because they are not able to speak Hindi, so in which language they will conversate with each other. So it has been told that one ki क्या करो, you have the official language, your language, but all the type of language has not been included. Then in that case there was a problem. So English was accepted because of their demand. The English was to be continued as an official language. है ना? Is it clear? So that's why, है ना? तो क्या हुआ, तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया, जब आप उन्होंने डिमांड रखी तो इंग्लिश को भी उन्होंने ऑफिशियल पर्पस के लिए हिंदी के साथ जोड़ लिया. और श्रीलंका में जिस तरह से लैंग्वेज बेस के ऊपर कितना सिविल वार हुआ था, उस सिविल वार को रोकने से क्या कर लिया, स्टॉप कर लिया. अकोमोडेशन, हम लोगों ने भी अकोमोडेशन पॉलिसी को यूज में लिया. हम लोग अपनी बात पे अड़े नहीं रहे कि हिंदुस्तान है, हिंदी ही सब कुछ होगा, या अदर लैंग्वेजेस को हम नहीं लेंगे. अब आप मुझे क्वेश्चन बताओ, देयर इज टोटल लैंग्वेजेस, ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस कितनी, हाउ मेनी टोटल लैंग्वेजेस आर देयर? इंग्लिश इज आल्सो हियर इन 21 लैंग्वेज. बी केयरफुल, इट वाज देयर, between it has been removed, like not included. So again 21 other language includes the English also. So how many languages, total languages are there? Whether it is 21, whether it is 22, whether it is 20, how many languages are there? Please tell me. So there is a, how many languages are there? Listen carefully. Other than Hindi बोला है, other than Hindi how many? 21. तो हिंदी को include करेंगे तो कितना हो जाएगा? 22 हो जाएगा. So there are 22 languages in which the official conversation can be done, and they are considered as the scheduled language. Okay, clear? So now next last part is there. We are going to discuss about that one. Is the सेंट्रल स्टेट रिलेशन. सेंट्रल स्टेट रिलेशन में भी बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हुई थी. व्हाट वाज दैट प्रॉब्लम? द प्रॉब्लम वाज दैट व्हेन इन आफ्टर 1947 इंडिया हैज द सेम रूलिंग पार्टी फॉर द लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. फॉर एग्जांपल कांग्रेस, sometimes what has been non-congress state has been undermined by the central government. So this will not solve the purpose of the what federalism. The federalism के पर्पस को सॉल्व नहीं करता है. So after 1989, then due to the multi-party system, coalition government was formed. Okay, clear? So coalition government में क्या होता है? What is it? We know in the power sharing chapter. I will not explain you here again. So this made the India the sovereign federation state. So now we are going to wind up the chapter over here. Okay, clear? Then after that we will discuss next video, decentralization in India. Thank you.